it's Ashleigh from Sweet Dreams Bake Shop, and welcome back to my channel where I make a lot of cake and cookie decorating tutorials as well as give a lot of baking business tips. And today we're going to be talking about the microbakery scandal that has rocked the social media world. You know the drama is serious when a ton of other channels that have nothing to do with baking are actually covering this drama. So if you want to check out the details of this particular story, then I'm going to link that down in the comments below in a pinned comment. I'm not really going to go too much into the drama itself, but I'm only going to give you context so that I can talk about the whole idea of the microbakery. If you've been a long-time viewer of my channel, then you know I often talk about home-based bakery tips, and back in my day, I just called it a home-based baking business. Now the term microbakery is popping up. It's kind of similar, kind of different. Let's back it up though. So what exactly is a microbakery? Well, they don't make mini versions of baked goods if that's what you were thinking, because that's exactly what I was thinking when I first heard that term. But through my research, I've discovered that it doesn't really focus so much on doing custom orders, and it more so focuses on stocking up your home baking business as you would a regular bakery storefront. The only difference is you don't have a commercial storefront, you do everything out of your home. Microbakeries are apparently popping up everywhere on social media, and one microbakery in particular sells loaves of bread. I'm sure there are plenty that sell loaves of bread, but this particular one has really gone viral on social media, and the tea is that it's all kind of a scam, and they're just using this front and making it seem like they make a ton of money from their microbakery, and you need to, of course, buy their program to learn how to make your microbakery a huge success overnight. I'm not gonna lie, I think all of us really love an aesthetic baking video, and especially when there's beautiful packaging and it looks like they have so many customers and things are beautifully done and very cottagecore. That's enticing, and it would be enticing for somebody who wants to maybe make a little bit of extra money or really wants to throw themselves into their passion, but doesn't quite have the funds or the means to actually have a commercial storefront bakery. Other bakers on social media started getting really skeptical about this particular microbakery because everything just seemed a little bit off, including the fact that all of their videos seemed to be filmed on the exact same day. Although hairstyles changed and outfits changed, the lighting remained the same, and a lot of the objects, including the leaves on the floor, remained in the exact same place. People started investigating this more in depth, but personally, I don't think I would have had to investigate for that long. One of the biggest red flags of the entire thing is that they had just started their microbakery in the past year, and they were boasting that they were making a salary that was a totally livable income. Honestly, anybody really, not just bakers, but anybody that's trying to sell me a class on something and tells me that they just learned something in the past year and are ready to pass on their knowledge to me, I just don't find that very reliable. Also, let's be real here. It is true that I have said on this channel, and it was the truth, that I was making very good money from baking. However, this is also because a wedding cake can cost upwards of $1,000 just in one go. Not only that, but even having several smaller cake orders on the go really adds up, and this was fairly typical of my home-based baking business. Though the initial startup costs are obviously going to be cheaper if you're only making bread, you still can't make that many loaves of bread to add up to the same dollar amount that you would make for things like custom cakes. Now, this really isn't me saying that you can't have a successful microbakery that only sells things like sourdough loaves. I personally would definitely buy from a neighbor if they had a microbakery and were selling fresh sourdough every day. However, I do not like the way that these programs are being sold now across social media. I do think that there are legitimate programs out there and things that can help you when establishing your business, but let's be really, really real about what it means to open up a home baking business. One of the biggest red flags I see is when these programs are trying to sell you on kind of a get-rich-quick scheme. Running a baking business is honestly one of the slowest ways to earn income in the first place, and the reason is because many of us don't go to culinary school. Many of us don't have programs in our high school that we take to go onto that path right away. Maybe if you do, then it's an easier road. But for lots of people that start these micro bakeries or home-based bakeries, you start in adulthood or maybe young adulthood, and it really is going to take a lot of time to get good enough to be able to sell your products. And I think sometimes what these programs are doing is they're making it seem like it's so easy to just whip up a batch of cookies and then go ahead and sell them because you put them in an aesthetically pleasing bag and then you're done and then that's it. It's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears that goes into actually running a home baking business. Even when you're really technically good at what you do, it takes a lot of organization, business sense, and it takes you actually loving baking. And in North America, I find that we're really in this side hustle culture. And this is where these micro bakery programs and, get rich quick off of making a few sourdough loaves is really a big problem. And it's taking advantage of people that are probably already in kind of a financially tight spot, which is why they want to do something like this. I think a lot of stay-at-home moms probably see this as a way to make a little bit of extra money while doing something that they probably already enjoy doing. But the selling points of these programs are just not very truthful. Like, you're going to put so much time and effort into this, and it's very plausible that you might not live in an area that's very micro bakery friendly. Some places just don't do well with this type of model. The truth of the matter is the micro bakery model is never going to make you super rich, especially if you're doing everything by the book. I know that in the States they have cottage law and they have other laws that prevent you from making too much income from solely baking things from your home. It's very similar in Canada. There are lots of zones where you cannot bake from your home at all, and you would have to rent a commercial kitchen space if you wanted to do any baking of any sort for public consumption. A lot of these programs also don't talk about things that I personally would have wanted to know when I first started my baking business, like how to file my taxes properly and how to get incorporated so that I am protected in case anything goes down with my business. There are a lot of great things to come from the baking world in social media. I say if there's a special ganache recipe or a really great buttercream recipe that you want to go and purchase for a couple bucks, go and do that. Support bakers online in that way. But personally, I would run far away from social media accounts that are trying to sell you a program on how to get rich quick when it comes to baking, because I just don't think that that exists at all. And don't be fooled by the pretty pictures and videos. Take it from someone who has seen a lot of really successful bakers and a lot of people that just have not been able to make it work in the baking world financially. There's a lot of different factors as to why these things happen, but overall, it's very hard to make it in the culinary industry. And a singular program that isn't really backed up with a lot of truth probably won't help you. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you can be part of the Sweetie fam. Right now, I'm uploading when I want to, so be sure to hit that notification bell so you know when I upload, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!